ʻUla Wena is an original exhibit by Bishop Museum that explores the ideas of red and redness across Oceania. Red has many meanings, it has many applications, and it has many shades across Oceania as we know it.
Through this exhibition, red being the concept that ties all of the areas and stories together, we as a curatorial team understand that red isn't just a color, it is felt. You can have all of these ways of experiencing what red means to a people and a space.
The red colors of one thing may be very, very different from the red colors of another, but their redness is connected.
The exhibition is laid out primarily in 3 areas. The front half speaks to the materials of unseen reds and how all of those concepts are embedded in so many of the cultural practices. There's the central pico space, and then the back space. We really speak to the great abundance of red and all of the emotion and spirit of connections with people.
It not only touches on things that are of Hawaiʻi, it touches on things that are of Moananuiākea. ʻUla Wena is, if anything, a means to connect to the cousins.
Ma laila koʻu mahalo nui. Oiei, I loko ke helu ana I ka ʻōlelo, a nā kahuai I kakauai, hoʻomākaukauai. Ua ʻike leʻa wau I ko lākou hoʻomahala nui ʻana I kēia manaʻo no ka ʻulaʻula, akā me ka makaʻala I nā manaʻo kupuna like ʻole no ia mea. No laila ʻike ia makai noa o kēia hōʻike, ka ʻula wena. ʻOia hoʻi kēlā ʻula e pāhola e ana me he paʻi ʻulalā, kapa paʻi ʻulalā I ka wanaʻao. Ka hiki ʻana mai o ka lā o ke ola, he ʻula ko leila. Mai ka puka ʻana mai a ka lā a kona welo ʻana. O ka laʻa o ka ʻula, o ka nani o ka ʻula, o ke kiʻekiʻe, ka hiehie, ua ʻike lākou. A he iʻini ko lākou e hōʻike aku I nā kānaka. ʻOiai, eia lākou ke kahu nei I kēia mau waiwai nui o nā kupuna.
As you move through those spaces, you are also being welcomed to contemplate and question your own understandings of red and redness as they are seen in Moananuiākea throughout Oceania. And part of the way that we do this in the exhibit is not only the objects that are on display, the cultural resources that we have chosen for this display, but also the way that we've interpreted these items.
Our intention to have a bilingual presentation within this exhibition really spoke to the idea of us being the host culture and wanting to present this exhibition through the lens of Hawaiʻi.
He mau ʻōlelo kēlā I pili loa I Hawaiʻi. He mau ʻōlelo o ka ʻohana hoʻokahi o Moananuiākea nei. No leila ua nui koʻu hauʻoli, nui ka haʻaheo. Halana ke aloha I ka hiki ke hana e like me kēia.
No leila o ko māua kuleana ma ke ia hoʻike ʻaʻole o ka unuhi wale no I ka ʻōlelo haole a I ka ʻōlelo Hawaiʻi. Ma kekahi ʻano nui he hoʻomaopopo, he noʻonoʻo ʻana I nā ʻōlelo, I kākau ia, I manaʻo ia, I hoʻokino ia mai ma loko ka ʻōlelo haole. ʻAno hoʻokino hou paha ma ka ʻōlelo Hawaiʻi I mea e kohu ai me ko Hawaiʻi manaʻo, me ko ka Pakipika manaʻo.
Ke hele ʻoe I Aotearoa, hele pinepine wau I leila no ka mea no leila ka ukane. A no leila ke hele wau I nā hale hōʻike hana noʻeau, I nā hale hōʻike hōʻike pū ia nā ʻōlelo, ka ʻōlelo Māori a me ka ʻōlelo Pelekane. Aia nā ʻōlelo ʻelua ma nā mea like ʻole. No leila ke komo aku nei kākou I loko o kekahi wā e hāpai ia e nei kēia mau ʻōlelo o iwi a he pono. ʻOiai he hana nui ke alu ʻana I kēia ʻōlelo, ka hoʻola ʻana, ka hiʻipoi ʻana I mea e ola ma wai.
In the process of designing this, I really wanted to work on focusing on not using a lot of plastic products or products that would be reusable. And so with our panels that we have, our information panels, I have hanging muslin that have been treated, and in front of them we've printed on mulberry paper, which is kappa adjacent. and having them not be laminated in plastic, having them not be mounted onto foam core, not having all of the many layers of plastic and adhesives and all of those things that kind of add up and then are disposed of in the end, wanting to make sure that I'm honoring the land that we're on. One of the first artifacts that we ended up talking about when I came into this project was the mokakina, and I was able to go up into collections and see it. And it is a gigantic, beautiful piece, and it has this pigment on it, but the pigment is loose, and little tiny pieces will every so often drop down, so you're getting this loose pigment. Talking with Leia and talking with Alan, our mount maker, we developed a way to, in the top of the plinth, have a scoop of a bowl. So if any pigment comes down, that you're seeing it land. And we're acknowledging kind of not the fragility of it, but the pigment and its looseness and how it must have, when worn, would have gotten pigment on the wearer. And so trying to create in a way where we're displaying it to catch that pigment below it was one of the first conversations we had about how we're going to mount and display the artifacts.
Ane kulu ka wai maka ke no'ono'o iho. I ka noho ana o keia mau mea. Mana ku ono, ale ho'ike ia, ale no ka mea, o ia mea he ola, he pilina ia, ea? Mau ka nani o kela mea, ke noho oia ma kahi pō ele ma ke kahi hakakau o ka hale ho'ike nei. Aka ke puka mai, ike aku ike mai me nā kānaka, ola maoli, ea. No laila, yeah, mai ka mua ka hope, ka i'o nui o keia mana'o nui e ho'ike aku, me nā ano mea i ho'ike ia, yeah, nani. Ike ia ka ula ma nā mea apau. He ula maoli no, he ula no ka hana.
Ka hapa nui o nā ho'ike aia ma nā ʻōlelo koloneo. O ke ia ua hiki ke mālama ia ma ka ʻōlelo Hawaiʻi. O ka lawe ane ka ʻōlelo ma kela ano wahi hou, no ke ia ano kumu hou, no ma ke ia poʻaia pili hou. He mea nui ke la, ma leila ka lana kila, pēlā e holomua ai ka ʻōlelo.
Lana ko'u mana'o i ka hauʻoli o nā kānaka like ʻole. Lana ko'u mana'o e ʻoluʻolu ana ko lākou naʻau e komo mai, noho pū me keia mau mea nani helu ekahi, he mau mea maka mai loa. Yeah, lana ko'u mana'o e ʻoluʻolu ana lākou i ke komo mai, a laila ke komo, ʻoluʻolu ana o loko i ke ʻano o kamakohana. Oia ka mana'o lana nui.
My hope for this exhibition is really to touch some of those communities that haven't had the opportunity to see pieces like these here in this exhibition, and to validate the strength that exists within our cultural communities of the Pacific.
We want there to be enough space that no matter how they move, they can find the stories that they connect with, maybe stories that they know, and the stories that they haven't been made familiar with just yet.